All right, have we all made it?
Just waiting on Face to get in here.
Oh, well, we're always waiting on somebody. It's always going to wait on somebody. All right, well, here we go. We're loading in. This should be the short qualifying session. Stuff set up. All right, so hello and welcome, everyone. We're here at Australia, and somebody has set up the lobby. Okay, there we go. All right. If you were looking at the top left corner of the screen, you would have saw it said lap 1 of 3. I thought we were going to have a lobby restart, but seems everything's okay now. So here we are for the 4th season of BRL Formula 1. This will be the Tier 2 race. And alongside me to commentate tonight's race is not going to be my normal co-commentator. Blue Flag, unfortunately, is unable to make it. So tonight joining me is Deer Hunter.
How's it going, guys?
Deer Hunter, what do you think we're going to see out of Tier 2 this year? Got a grid of 20 drivers that are very, very close throughout their TT times. What do you think we're going to end up seeing?
I tell you, I think it's going to be a really close season. So we've got a bunch of new drivers in Tier 2, some of them being demoted from Tier 1, and some of them being brought up as from the newly formed Tier 3, now Tier 2. It's going to be really close at the top, I think. From where last season we sort of saw Scarred Tricks and Beef Baby sort of lead the field all season, I think there are 5, 6 drivers who could have a shot at the championship this season.
Yeah, just looking here on the screen, we've got Kevin on his outlap. He's actually one of the fastest drivers in Tier 2. Give me just a second, I'm pulling up the list right now. Kevin is actually the #1 rated driver in Tier 2. He's the fastest guy. According to this paper, he is running a few assists, but he does have the fastest average time over the 3 TT tracks that we tested. Just behind him is Not Y'all, and then Tazonic, SF1 Tom, and then BRL Maverick, one of our owners, rounding out the top 5.
Unfortunately, not y'all not in the field today, but Tonic, Kevin H, like you said, the top prospect heading into the season. SF1 Tom, he's a new guy. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do. Obviously, the owners Maverick and Go Fast were pretty spiffy in the placements time. So I feel like, it's like I said, we've got a good group of guys who can have a shot at this championship, as well as guys like McFace Taste, Etzia returning, Whiffy, who could have a crack at it as well.
Yeah, a lot of old faces and a lot of new faces. It's almost it's almost like looking at Formula 1 in its actual stage. But here we go. We've actually got Kevin, the #1 fastest driver from TT in Tier 2, is actually on a fast lap right now as he's making his way. It looks like he's making his way towards the turns 9 and 10 chicane, the quick right-left-hander. Just wanting to see what kind of lap time he's going to lay down. Let's go ahead and get all of our stuff up here on the screen. Here we see him going through Sector 3 right now. He's coming down to turn 13 into the final. This is probably the slowest area on the track. Turns 14 and 15 and 16. 15, you're really, really hitting the brakes really hard, going all the way down to second gear usually to get out of this turn. And then it's up through the gears. Little blip in the throttle, and then you're flooring it all the way down the front straightaway, trying to get as much speed as you can. He's going to run a 121.4. It's not a bad first lap out. The track is still green. It's the first time the cars have been on it. The track's going to get faster in the 14 minutes we got left.
Absolutely. Not a bad banker lap. Ritzy is coming up to the line now as well, now for Romeo. He's on the hard tires, so that's not going to be a very valuable lap. Here comes Space Taste in the Haas. If you remember him from last season, he was a very good qualifier as SF1 goes to a 22.0. See what he can do here early on. He goes P3 on the mediums. That's when it's almost going to be interesting to see how many people do the alt strategy in today's race.
Yeah, you and I both know here from last year and the year before, you and I have made the alternate strategy work both times. One time We finished 1-2 last year, and just before that, we were both able to finish well up front. So the alternate strategy can work here, but you got to have a lot of discipline at this track to not step on the loud pedal as soon as you come out of the corner. You know, you really got to watch your apex speed here, because these corners really love to trick you into just trying to step on the throttle that fraction of a second too soon, and you'll lose it.
Absolutely. You see Whitley on the lap now here. Maverick goes for the top.
Maverick with a new pole time.
The Meadows continuing to show pace in qualifying.
Yeah, you've got Maverick on pole, provisional pole right now with a 21.3, and his teammate Skeppy, another owner here of BRL, running a 126.1 on his mediums. Not quite sure what's going on there. We were in a practice session earlier with Skeppy. He was having a few issues. He thought about doing a pretty big setup change, and from what I hear, he did make a very big setup change. So it'll be interesting to see just how fast he is in quali, and then how well that's going to carry over the race. We'll ride here with him for a little while just to see what happens.
I think that first lap might have just been a little bit of a test of waters. Obviously, with the new setup, you're not fully committed. So I'm sure he's taking this second lap a little bit harder. Yeah, he's a second and a half up through the middle sector split already.
Oh, that's a cut. Oh, and he's going around. He's going around.
Oh,
Goodness, he kept it out of the wall.
What a
Get
save
her spun around, buddy. Get her out of the way. Yeah, that was really good on him. A lot of drivers try to keep their foot in it and try to drive out of it. That's one of those corners where unless you 100% know that you're going to make it around there, don't try to recover the car and just lock them up.
Good
just
job.
Lock her down. Try to get her slowed down.
Good job getting out of the way of Rixie too, as he's on a flyer, but he is on the hards.
Yeah, Deer Hunter, let's look back and remember 2017, 2018, and our first season on this platform, 2019. A lot of retirements are due to turn 11 and 12. That chicane is so fast. Usually you come into that in either 7th or 8th gear, depending on your preference, and you're doing 180 mile an hour, 185 before you're slamming on the brakes for just a split second and throwing the car into that left-hander. You will really, really have to trust your car getting in there.
Absolutely. My memory is correct. I think last season, I think it might have been B. Duncan Chandler, or the year before last, my apologies. Both were running the Tier 2 race here and spun heading through that left chicane. So it shows even some of the best drivers can get just a little bit loose, just a little bit out of shape, and it'll cost you. Both drivers being out of the lead that race. We could very well see the same thing today if drivers aren't on their toes.
Yeah, and let's not forget what happened in Tier 1. 2 seasons ago? We had Ham and one of the other, I think it was Ard, Ham and Ard,
yep,
both
Ham
wreck
and
out
Ard,
from the lead.
It's just so tempting.
This chicane right here.
It's just so tempting to throw the car in there. But it's, you see with our Redeemer! What a save in the racing point! Oh, I thought he was about to sit in around there. He was on a flyer too. What a save by the German driver.
Again, turn 11 and 12, it'll bite you. This track is really, really inviting to run a wing setting of like 4.5, 5.5, you know, because you're probably full throttle for somewhere around 65% of the lap here, because it's such a fast track. It invites you to try to run lower downforce on the rear, and every time you try to get a little bit lower, you're really pushing the bounds of what the rear end can handle. Here comes Funky Cactus about to cross the line. He goes P4 with a 22.3 on his softs.
Pretty good lap there. And somebody just went quicker. Orange Kush he's just now starting a lap. My apologies.
Well, Big Mr. Brown, he's on a lap in his Alfa Romeo right now. He just went through turns 9 and 10. He's going down the long left-hand curve before we reach the chicane of 11 and 12. Here he goes, whip it in real fast. Oh, and he really let off the throttle there. He lost a lot of time there. Something about how he turned in there, he didn't really trust the car making it out of that. We'll ride with him. We got a yellow flag in sector 1. Don't see anything though, so we'll go back. Big Mr. Brown coming out of turn 16 now, coming down the front straightaway. Let's see what time he puts up. His fastest so far is a 1:38. He's gonna go. Wow, it's not bad. A 1:22.9, and there's a lot more left in that lap, Deer Hunter. He left a lot of time in 11 and 12.
Yep, I think a lot of drivers, it's the first race of the season. You're going to be a little bit more conservative than you will be as you get a few races under your belt. A bunch of these guys, it's the first time racing together. I think about half the guys in here are new to the tier. So they're going to, sort of be careful around each other and careful when they're driving.
Who caused the caution.
Let me guess. Skeppy.
SF1776. He's running around right now with no front wing on that car.
Mercedes driver.
I guarantee you he tried pushing 1 and 2 just a little too hard, and he ended up planting that front wing in the wall on the exit.
Tell you, look at the leaderboard right now. It's interesting. You got the top 4 on softs. You got McFace Taster leading medium runners. Mr. Big Brown retires. And then you got Whiffy and Orange Kush on down on a mixture of mediums and hards. I wonder if we're going to see quite a few drivers maybe try doing.
Oh, and there's an Alfa Romeo off. Who is that?
It's might have been Ritzy for a brief second.
I think it was Big Mr. Brown. Because look, he's retired.
Yeah, he's already retired. That must have been his AR call.
Strange. Ritzy Raccoons on another
Skeppy
hot
jumps
lap.
up to P5.
Good on you, Skeppy. And that Renault making it work for him a little more. Not quite sure what Ritzy Raccoon's doing. He's already done, according to our telemetry, he's already done 1 out lap. And a hot lap. Now he's hit the brakes really hard. I think he might have been trying to cool his tires down.
Maverick's on a decent lap here. He's already a 10th and a half up through the first sector. Can he be the first driver to get to the 20s?
Let's ride along with him. Hard braking here into the right-hander. Now you got to get on the throttle and be careful with it coming out on that exit of the left-hander of 10. That'll really trick some drivers. Coming down here to the high-speed 11 and 12. Take 1 gear, brake a little. Slid a little bit on entry.
The car looks very stable through there all the through. It looks really comfortable for him.
Down through 14 into 15, the hard left-hander all the way down into 2nd gear. Get on the throttle, kind of feather through 16 all the way on it. This could be a really good lap. It has all the makings of a good lap. It is a good lap. 120 flat.
21 flat.
Yeah, 21 flat. Sorry, I'm trying to. My computer's acting funny right now with my track map. Let's see, who else we have on a hot lap? Looks like Tazonic's on a hot lap right now on his set of mediums. He's coming to pit lane.
Ritzy's on a decent lap here. He's a second up. Let's see what he can do on the soft tires, taking a crack at it. He'll jump up to P10.
He hit the brakes.
Get in there.
He hit the brakes.
I think he might have tried to, not qualify inside the top 10, but he was.
I think he is. He wants a fresh set.
But he ended up being 6 1,000ths just too quick, as he's just ahead of Orange Kush.
Let's see, is Maverick pushing again? We got a lot of drivers doing what Formula One drivers do, just sitting in pit lane, pretty much waiting for the very last second to come out on track.
Oh yeah,
Deer Hunter, is it just me or is it kind of dark out?
It is.
Maybe looking at some rain?
I think we possibly could, maybe some light rain in this race. That's one of the things I hate about the streaming or spectating abilities of this game, is that you can't tell what the weather's going to look like in the race, and the drivers can. So it's really difficult to predict that outcome. But Redeemer's coming to the line. He'll jump up to P4. Good lap for the German driver. It's really
Got
close.
McFace out on a lap right now.
From about P3
He's on a
to
fresh set of
P6
softs.
is really close right in there. Just got to report to no rain for the race, unfortunately.
Well, that's good. I mean, I'm a Tier 1 driver, and I hate driving in the rain. It's like the worst possible thing to do. Like, if it rains, just count on me wrecking, because it's hard to figure out. I still haven't figured out how to drive a car in it, so, I mean, I don't, it's not fun. It doesn't make the race as entertaining for me. But here we go, McFace. I hope that's how you say his name. It's probably not, but that's how I'm going to say it. Comes out of 16 onto the front straight. He's out of ERS. DRS is open. He's going to go to P4 with a 22.1. I can see some cars leaving their garages now.
Oh, much people.
Kevin's on a hot lap. Redeemer is on a hot lap, according to our telemetry. We're going to ride along with Kevin right now. He's the one closest to Maverick.
He's half a second down, currently.
Possibly an issue at the beginning of this lap. We'll see if he goes for another one. SF1776, he spun out on the exit of 1 and 2.
Oh, that's a dangerous spot, too. Very dangerous.
Come on, buddy, get it turned around and get out of there.
There you go.
Let's see, does he have any damage? Can't really tell if he has any front wing damage. He might be okay. Hopefully he doesn't retire on track right there. Face taste.
Kevin could not improve on that lap. Let's see if he goes for another. But if he does improve, I would not start on those softs, because they'll probably likely have about 10% at the start of the race.
Okay, McFace is not pushing for another hot lap. He's 15 seconds off.
Kevin's half a
Funky Cactus on one.
That other lap must have been an out lap. My apologies. He's on a flyer now. He's a half a tenth up.
I don't think the first one that we saw just then was an out lap, because it'll say out lap basically all the way until you get to about halfway through sector 3, I think. And whenever I caught him, he was going through the 9 and 10 chicane.
Wrecked. He just wrecked.
Ooh. Oh, and he drives straight on. Oh my goodness.
What in the world was that?
Well, he's definitely out of the way. That's fine. The Mercedes of SF, as I'm going to call him, it's just easier than trying to pronounce, the American independence year for me, has a lot of left front wing damage, so he is going to be making his way back to pit lane. He will not improve. Maverick is on another hot lap, it would seem. And qualifying.
Time is expired. Fast laps count.
Yes, time is
goes
expired.
To P3.
McLaren, good to see a McLaren up front. Let's see, is anybody going to be able to challenge? Okay, SF just went in. A couple cars are just going into pit lane and calling it.
Redeemer's a 10th down. Face is a quarter of a second up through the middle sector. Skeppy's half a second up through the middle sector. Got some good times that could get pumped out here. Possibly a couple shots of the second or third rows of the grid. Here comes Face Taste. Run up to the line. What can he do?
He's gonna go P3. He's gonna bump the McLaren of Exia out to P4. Here comes Skeppy. He's coming out of 16.
Skeppy's half a second up.
Skeppy's gonna make up a few places right here.
He goes P5.
Skeppy goes to P5. Let's see who we still got running. Redeemer's still running. He's coming. P4. Wow. Let's see what Tazonic does. He's the only car left.
Tazonic P9.
He's going to go to P9.
Tom. And Tom improving enough to get into the top 10. P11 coming up for it.
I think he got P10.
He did
get P10.
On the medium. Good job.
All right, so now that qualifying is over, let's take a look here. We've got BRL Maverick on pole. To be honest, it's not what I was expecting. Wasn't really expecting Maverick to sit on pole. But anyway, we've got Maverick with Kevin lining up alongside him. And then row 2 will be Whiffy and Redeemer. Row 3 will be Mephaestus and Skeppy. Row 4 will be Exia and SF. And row 5 will be Tazonic and SF1 Tom. Row 6, Ritzy Raccoon and Funky Cactus. And then on the final row, I believe, we'll have Big Mr. Brown and Orange Crush. So it's not really what we expected for qualifying. I honestly expected Kevin to out-qualify everybody and get the pole. I guess we'll just have to see what happens here in the race and also see what kind of strategies play out. Hopefully we don't have a big pile of expensive carbon at the end of turn 1 and the end of the turn 2 chicane. Hopefully everybody will make it through there okay, and we'll have us a good race on our hands. Deer Hunter, who are you really thinking? Do you think somebody from the back could come up closer to the front? Like our guy that just qualified P10. It looks like he's going to be running the alternate strategy, which is something you and I have done a lot. And it seems to work pretty well here. Do you think that that's something that could work here today in Tier 2?
Absolutely. If he can make it work, if he's got to be able to get on the pace, he's got to be able to do it early. But also, I don't know if you saw, P3 to P12, separated by 0.6 of a second. The midfield is so close here in Tier 2. It's going to be a lot harder for him to make it work if he gets caught in squabbles and battling. He's going to have to pick them off one by one and get it done efficiently and quickly if he wants the strategy to work. But if he can have a really good shot at a top 5 or even a podium.
Well, here we go. We're on the grid. The boys are going to roll off and do a formation lap. Maverick's going to lead him around at his pace. So it's the pace that Maverick wants to run, and it's somewhere that Maverick loves to be. He loves to be out front. He loves to control.
In P15.
And we have another Mercedes. Wonderful.
Good to have Adam here.
Hey, we always said if something happens and you can't make qualifying, you can always just start from the back.
Look at the tires also. Look on the screen. Only 2 drivers running the alt strategy. Tom in 10th and Orange Kush in 14th. Everybody else going for the standard soft and mediums.
See, now the one that I would watch for the most that's on the alternate strategy would be SF1 Tom. He's a pretty consistent driver. I haven't raced with him a whole lot, so I can't speak much to his racecraft, but from what I'm told, he's a consistent driver. So, in my opinion, after about 6 or 7 laps, we're probably going to see his mediums become faster than the softs, and he'll be able to pick his way through. Now, the only question is he going to commit to the alternate strategy and run those tires all the way out to, somewhere in between laps 17 and 19, and then jump onto softs when he's much lighter in his fuel load to run toward the front and try to charge his way up the pack in the end of the race.
Yep, the alt strategy requires so much patience because you want to be able to push as hard as you can. But if you do so, you're going to wind up being stuck and going to have to do mediums to hards. He's got to have patience, let the tires not wear out so quickly, and just find a rhythm. That way you can take those as long as you need to and chuck on the softs and really battle to the end.
Yeah, another thing I'm looking at, it doesn't look like we have a dominant team here right now. You got a Renault in P1 and then his teammates in P6. You got a you got a Red Bull in P2, and then there's not even another Red Bull on the track. And then P3 is a Toro Rosso, his teammates in P9. So Constructors looks like it might be more fun this year. But here we go, we're getting ready to start. All 5 lights are going to come on in just a split second, and we're going to be off. And it's lights out. There they go. They're taking off, heading down the front straightaway. BRL Maverick didn't get a great start. He's going to be right next to Kevin coming in.
There's Kevin.
Kevin's edged him. They're getting on the grass a little bit. Kevin's going to have the lead.
Here comes Breakout. He's a really tight, very part of the track. Drivers got to mind their P's and Q's. Don't get in trouble.
Right now, the front three have separated a bit. But we've got Redeemer right on the back, right on the gearbox with the winner. The Face Taste not far behind him, with Skeppy coming up right behind the Haas, coming in the braking zone here at 9 and 10. Ooh, SF1 Tom has already made up 2 positions. Ooh, do we have an issue? Ooh, we have another pass. SF1 Tom just got passed by Tazonic. Tazonic and the Toro Rosso got the position back.
SF1 under attack by Skeppy now.
Oh, God, look at this. Look at this. SF1 Tom just got pushed back. He got pushed off the circuit a little bit there. He's going to lose a lot of positions.
Here comes SF1. Skeppy. They're pushing and shoving.
Oh, Skeppy gets loose. Skeppy got loose. Oh, he's in the middle of the track. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that is not good. Oh, that is not good. That's going to be a lot of carbon fiber on the track back there. Oh, and Skeppy, what just happened? Skeppy and Exia just ran into each other on the straightaway.
What in the world has happened?
That could be a safety car.
Well, no,
Exia's left the session. Skeppy running around with no front wing right now. He's got to try to make his way back to pit lane. I think Big Mr. Brown was also involved. I can't really see any damage on his car.
I tell you, it was so weird because Skeppy just got loose under SF1, and then Tazonic, he was unfortunate. He had nowhere to go. And then Big Mr. Brown just came in there, nowhere to go as well. I'm not sure what happened between Etsy and Skeppy. Did Skeppy just try to get him back on the racing line maybe and didn't see Etsy or what?
Well, what a shakeup. Just remember this. SF1 Tom started with...
In turns 10 and 11. That was the spot you were talking about.
Did he lose it in a high-speed chicane at 11 and 12?
Yep, he did. He did, 11 and 12.
Oh, goodness. Skeppy's coming up into 11 and 12 right now. We'll see if we can get a view of the aftermath of the damage. Kevin sets a new fast lap. Oh, yep, there's the Ferrari sitting there. Looks as though... Did he lose any suspension? Or did he just bend it and quit?
Talking about one push?
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost his whole wheel. Yeah, he lost his whole wheel.
Okay.
I was on board with it.
Okay. We'll back up here toward the front. We've got Face Taste. 3/10 off of Redeemer. He was just right on the gearbox of Redeemer. Here they go. They're climbing out of turn 8, heading for turns 9 and 10. The quick chicane. Whiffy winners not too far behind them either. Quite a shakeup here in the first 3 laps. SF1 Tom, the guy that I'm really paying attention to running that alternate strategy, he started back in 10th. He moved his way up to 8th, but then in turn 13, he got kind of pushed off a little bit. He fell all the way back to 13th. And then as soon as they made it to turns 15 and 16, there was a big issue right there, and he made his way all the way back up to 8. Now he's right on the back of Funky Cactus. He's probably going to try to make his pass down the straightaway here if he can. Funky Cactus may still get some DRS assistance. Maybe, maybe not. Yes, he does.
Face Taste and Redeemer are going side by side into turn number 1. Neither of them giving it.
Oh, there's going to be contact.
Here comes Whippy Winner. Whippy Winner gets by. Whippy Winner's attacking the Face Taste now. Face Taste goes defensive. Up the inside is Whippy. He goes up the inside. He couldn't make it work. Redeemer goes one. Oh, as if one is fun.
Yeah, it looks like he tried to get. I didn't catch what exactly happened, but best guess would be that he came out of that corner. He was racing somebody, and he stepped. Oh, and there he goes again. He's lost it. Oh, it doesn't look like there's any suspension damage, but he's definitely lost his part of his front wing. Come on, buddy. Step on it. Spun around. Take her back to pit lane. Get your new wing.
I think when Face Taste, Whippy, and Redeemer, all that was going on, think he tried to have a little cheeky move up the inside. And if you just catch that curb on the inside of 3, it'll spin you around. It'll spin you around in a heartbeat.
Yeah, if you catch the curb on the inside of 3 on your exit, it'll get you. And then also, just being aggressive on the loud pedal right there will get you as well. Because you can come out of that turn and feel like your car is just as stable as could be, and just step on the pedal just a fraction too early or put just a little too much throttle into it, and around you go if you're not ready for it. But back up front right now, we've got Kevin in the Red Bull. He's cleared 1.2 seconds away from Maverick in the Renault. Maverick, I'm not quite sure if he's going to try to push right now. Right now, as you can see, he's not running a whole lot of ERS. And Kevin's actually running no ERS right now. McFacetace, he is 5 seconds behind Maverick. He's running just a little bit of ERS, not really using a whole lot, but he has pulled a little bit of a gap on Whiffy winner back here in the Toro Rosso.
Look at Tom, he's looking pretty feisty here, trying to get into the top 5 in the first 5 laps.
Yeah, this is really, really not what I was expecting to happen. I wasn't thinking that the mediums would be this fast just yet. I would have thought that he wouldn't really come into play until about lap. Oh, and Kevin's out! Your leader! I think he just crashed out at turn 11 and 12.
Through 11 and 12! He did! There he is on the right side. Oh my goodness.
11 and 12 claims another one. I don't know if this chicane, I'm not sure if that chicane actually has a name, you know, like Ascari or something like that, like some other tracks do, but I just call it Killer. So if you hear me refer to Killer Corner, you know what I'm talking about. Because it's killed 3 cars already in this race.
Here we go, SF1 Tom now trying to get into the 4th spot. Redeemer goes offensive. Tom trying around the outside. He gets it done.
Good and clean too. It didn't look like there was any contact.
Whippy looking around the outside of Facetace. Couldn't get it done there. Facetace shuts the door. But Tom up in the P4 and he's not too far behind this battle for second.
Ooh, Whiffy gets off in the grass just a little bit right there. That's going to cost him some time. Not only when you get off in the grass does it cost you a little bit of time just because you have to get off the throttle, but it's also going to cost you time on turn in and braking. Like right here, the car's not going to be 100% where he wants it because he's still going to have a little bit of grass and debris. He's fallen back about a second, just a little over a second. We'll have to see how long it takes him to catch back up to McFacetace, if he can catch back up. Deer Hunter, everybody's kind of spreading out a little bit right now. The closest battle on track is going to be Redeemer and SF1 Tom, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, SF1 Tom is making the gap a little bigger throughout each sector. He just added a 10th onto it right there in turn 13. Who are we watching right now? Because we've also got Adam back there in 11th, who's on the hard compound.
Oh, Redeemer's in. Redeemer's in. And you're right about Adam, but I think he's unfortunately almost plus 32 seconds off the pace of the leader. So unfortunately he wouldn't really be in contention anyway. But a good try to top 5. Redeemer is having to do a nose ring change along with tires. What tires is he going on? He's going to be doing the 2-stop. Softs, mediums, or soft, medium, softs here.
Well, you can take the mediums from this far. Well, hold on. It shows on the telemetry he's running the hards, but on my screen looking at him, he's on mediums. So what tire is he actually on? Is he on the hards or is he on the mediums?
I think he's on hards. I think this screen is correct. Because I've had that happen in a couple races in WOR commentating. And I think the screen is 9 times out.
So he's committed to the 1-stop. He's going to the end. He's going to take these hards all the way to the end. So I don't know. Everybody else still has to stop. I guess it's really going to depend on how everybody else's race goes because the hards are so much slower around here. And a lot of these guys, I'm pretty sure, are going to try to stretch these softs out to about lap 9 or 10 and then box and put on a set of mediums. Eventually, SF1 Tom is going to take over as your leader as he is currently running Whiffy Winter down. He is running down second and third place like they're standing still. Look at the pace in that Ferrari.
We got a nice peak battle for P2 and P3 here. Tom is continuing his pursuit. He is not giving up on Charleston Field.
I don't blame him. If you trust the car, you trust the tires, and you trust yourself, go for it. It's the first race of the season. It's a long season. There's plenty of time for you to make up points if something happens today, so go for it. He's going to be all over the gearbox of Whiffy coming out of 10 and probably right on his gearbox in 11.
Move here. You see that Mr. Brown is doing up as well. As him and Redeemer and SF1 fight. Oh, SF1 just got it. Middle of the track. The big Mr. Brown is out, but a nice little scrap here.
That's the second time he's spun it right there, isn't it? Oh,
yes,
I found Mr. Big Brown. He spun it right there on exit.
They say left the door open. That allowed Whitney to get by. Now Tom telling him to do. It's going to be a nice little scrap down the front straight away.
Here we go. We've got two cars, a Haas and a Ferrari behind a Toro Rosso. The Toro Rosso has no DRS assistance, but it stays in front.
Oh, here comes Tom. Oh, Tom about got loose.
Tom getting a little snap of oversteer out of the exit of 2, which is it's easy to do because you're really cutting one as much as you can. You're up on the curb trying to cut every bit of the asphalt that you can cut, and then it just kind of projects you. It throws you out onto the exit of 2, which is really the driver's left curb. If you get up on that and step on the pedal just a little too hard, you will lose it.
Yeah, it's one of those corners where you can get a cheeky little tenth and a half of sort of cutting the track there. If you get a little too ambitious, you could wreck out in a hurry. SF1 has wrecked out now. So as long as everybody minds their P's and Q's, you're guaranteed points. There's no need to make it crazy, boys. Come on.
Yeah, nobody quit now, boys. Everybody's getting points. Here comes SF1. He took a look, and then he gets covered off by the Haas.
Mason's really starting to struggle on those softs.
I'm looking at the ERS right now. Oh, and there goes the Haas. The Haas is peeling off, going into pit lane. So McFace has chosen to make his stop now. Deer Hunter,
now
did you stick with him and let us? Oh, and there's a what is that? There's Pink Panther spun out right there on turn 16 on the exit. I think it was Redeemer. Oh no, it was Funky Cactus.
Face has gone to the hard, so is Tazonic. So a lot of drivers going soft to hard.
So they're not going to trust the mediums to the end. Oh, that's interesting. I would have definitely gone in and taken the mediums. But anyway, here's SF1 Tom. He's all over the gearbox of Whiffy winner again. Round 2, boys. Here we go. Whiffy gets out on that exit curve just a little too much. Allows SF1 Tom to get right back up on the gearbox of that Toro Rosso. Watch for SF1 Tom. He's backing off just a little bit. Try to get a good run out of this corner. Punch it. Get your DRS and go. Well, you can do that because then it saves you from having to cover off Whiffy if he doesn't pass him here, which he doesn't. So he's going to wait till the front straightaway pass him. That'll move him up to P2. But then Maverick's 8 seconds up the road, so he's not going to catch Maverick till Maverick hits. And there goes Whiffy. Whiffy's going in the pit lane.
It's good that Whiffy has gotten out of his way because he was really holding on for those last couple laps. Now he has clean air, and I think because Maverick's going to pit here within the next couple laps, if Tom can push, he can really start to make some headway into that time delta. That way, when he chucks into the soft, he'll be in a really good position to fight to the end.
And Whiffy threw on another set of softs, so he's going to 2-stop.
Yep, he's doing soft holds. Yeah, something like that.
Go soft mediums. If you're going to commit to a 2-stop, just go to soft medium.
Yeah, I don't know why he stuck out that first
Ooh,
10
that's a little
laps though.
dicey. Oh, they both made it.
Oh,
Sonic and Ritzy Raccoon going through 1 and 2 side by side.
Ritzy's
Ritzy
not giving it
Raccoon
up.
had just come out of the pits. Oh, he needs to. His tires aren't warm yet. If I were him, I'd wait just a lap and then go after it.
My goodness, what's happening here today?
Yeah, looking in the paddock chat right now, we got a driver that's upset. He said he's been waiting a long time to race in BRL, and after he's got out in his first outing, he didn't even make it 2 laps without having an issue. So,
Oh, Vic Face is wrecked. Face is wrecked. I believe the left right hander. Maverick is also in the pits as well.
let's see. Skeppy's about to come through there. Let's see. Yeah, there are flags being waved. Yep,
Yes,
there he
sir.
is in the
Right
wall.
side.
Oh, bad luck. Bad luck.
That's gutted for McFace. I talked to him at the end of last season, and he was really hopeful heading to the season. He told me as long as he really started to figure out how to hold his pace in the race after qualifying, and he thought if he could do that early on, he'd be in really good shape. Unfortunately, not the start of the season he wanted.
And look at who has taken the lead. The driver that started P10 running the alternate strategy, SF1 Tom, and his Ferrari is now in P1, 16 seconds clear of Maverick. So almost 17 seconds. So SF1 Tom showed a lot of good pace whenever the race started. He was making up positions, and then he kind of got stuck, and he sat behind Whippy Winner for a while. But now that he's in some clean air, he needs to run some really good clean laps to try to stay about 18 seconds in front of Maverick. So that way whenever he boxes, he can throw on a set of softs at like lap 19 or 20 and then go to the end. And he should, in theory, be able to catch Maverick and blow by Maverick like a car that's standing still.
Yeah, but I think the pit stop delta around 22, 23 seconds. But as long as he has about a 15-second gap, as long as he only has I'd say about 6 seconds after he pits, gaps now, I feel like he'll be in really good shape. As Whippy sets the fastest lap of the race, we got a really good battle for P5 brewing here between Raccoon and Susanna.
Yeah, they're going to go in there, stem to stern. They're going to come out of number 2 and run down to turn 3 and 4 area. Oh, did he throw him off? Oh, he did throw him off to Zonic. With great driving right there. He was able to keep hold of that car and get it back onto the track sideways as he came back onto the asphalt. But now that just brought Adam Max into the game. Get up there, bud. Get him.
Oh, yeah.
Make this interesting
Adam's
for me.
one of those fan favorites, and everybody loves Adam. We want to see him do good.
Yeah, Formula One. If Formula One was like Formula E, he would be one of the drivers. He would be the Stoffel Van Dorn of Formula One. He would definitely get fanboys every time we raced.
He's like the minority or the minority of F1. Everybody, he's a guy who punches much higher above his weight than what you expect.
Ritzy Raccoon almost ran into the back of the Tazonic again in that braking zone, that heavy braking zone down there at turn 13. It's been catching a lot of drivers out. Tazonic getting a little bit of oversteer there, lighting up the rear tires. Let's see if Ritzy Raccoon can get him this time. He's going to go down. Tazonic's going to come down, cover him off, try to make sure he doesn't have as much room as he'd like. And he makes the pass. He does it nice and clean. And Adam trying to go to the outside. This is good racing here from these three. This is going to be fun. So a much higher,
cheeky in a hurry.
Well, it's a much higher attrition rate than what I was thinking, dear honey. I expected to lose, 3 drivers. I wasn't expecting to lose 6. Turns 11 and 12. That high-speed chicane will really get you, boys and boys.
See if Tazonic is able to make a move out the end of this right-hander. If he waits for the front straightaway, Atten picks up a penalty corner cut, and it's very easy to do through there. Here comes Tazonic. He's got a good run. He'll fake to the inside, go around the outside. He looks. Can he make the pass work? They're side by side still.
Yeah, coming into turn 14, Tazonic's going to back out of it because you really understeer into turn 14 a lot, especially on the tires that he's on.
He lost about half a second.
He might be under threat from Adam now. No, Adam's not turning it up.
Adam's too far back.
Tazonic didn't turn it up either, so he's not going to try to make a pass right here. Ritzy Raccoon really cutting as much of turn one as he possibly can. Oh, and our leader, Tom, got a penalty.
And Tom's he's been losing a bit of time to Maverick. The gap's only about 17 seconds, down to about 13 and a half now over the course of the last few laps, and he's expected to put it in. Oh! Tazonic's out! Tazonic's out! He lost his right hander and caught the curve, and he is now out of this race. My oh my, that is not what you want to see. Surprised that didn't bring out a safety car. That is a very dangerous place. Adam now in the back of Raccoon. As I was saying, Tom, the gap has gotten down to about 13 and a half seconds, and he's going to pit within about the next 3 laps.
If I were Tom, honestly, you've lost 4 seconds to Maverick. So, in my opinion, what I would do is just stay out. Stay out until about lap 19 or 20 if you can make it, if you're trusting those old mediums, because he's been on them for 15 laps now. So if you stay out till lap 19 or 20, that means you only got to take those softs 10, 11 laps. So, I mean...
And you want to be able to use them for all their work, because Adam about losing it. Hold on, everybody. Look at Rallycross.
I'll tell you what, some of these drivers have been driving today like they're Rallycross. We had Tazonic off in the dirt over there, drivers left, and where Adam just went through in turn 3. Trying to act like Travis Pastrana in here.
Hey, look at the guys that we have left. We've had pretty much half the grid retire this race. We've got Tom leading, still gets a pit. Maverick second, 53rd. Redeemer in fourth, didn't really expect that. Raccoon holding in fifth. Adam yet to pit in sixth. And Funky Cactus seventh. And Steppy, who, I tell you what, I think he's just going to be glad he's going to score points this race.
Yeah, Skeppy coming from Tier 1 last season, just he didn't have the season that he wanted. He felt like he could have done much better, but just he and the car weren't jiving. They weren't working together the way they wanted. And then here he is. He was doing okay the first few laps, and then it looked to me like there was a little bit of contact between him and the driver that was left of him at turn 16, and that's what caused him to spin. But we'll see everything in the stewards reports tonight. So Whiffy's in. That's going to be his second stop. He's going to go on the mediums to the end. So he'll definitely pass Adam because Adam still has to stop. Adam can't finish on those hards that he started on. I wonder if he'll catch Funky Cactus and pass him, though. And Ritzy Raccoon's way back up there, and Redeemer's way out in front of him now. So it's looking unlikely that we'll see Whiffy on the podium today.
I think you'll be able to have a good shot at the top 5 here. Just got to see what he can do on the mediums. I wouldn't have done it 2-stop, but we've seen a couple people do it here today, and it's been interesting. Tom, though, still holding the lead. Let's see if he just does decide to pit now. Oh, yes, he does.
He is. He's coming in.
This lap.
Okay, now he stayed out this long, so he's got to be going in and getting a set of softs. And he is. They've got the soft compound out. They're going to get that car up in the air, get 4 new tires on it, and away he goes. Funky Cactus picks
Maverick's
up
just not passing.
second time penalty. Okay, so we're going to have to see what the delta is whenever he comes out. God, 38 mile an hour is so slow coming out of this pit lane. You feel like you're literally walking while there's jets flying by.
There's
So he's 10
about
seconds
11
back.
12 seconds here. Yeah, he's at 11 right now, and he's going to have to still get the tires warmed up. So it's going to be around 12 seconds. I don't know if he can gain a second a lap here.
Well, he's got a lot of ERS left, but let's be honest, Maverick's only been on those tires that he's on now for 6 laps. So it's not like they're dead. It's not like they're ruined. So we'll have to see what happens.
He's going to have to pump out some really good laps here. I'd say if he can pump out a 5 or 6 laps here and really close the gap, he'll have a shot. But then he'll have to cool off the tires for a bit. That's what you got to do with the soft speed. You can pump out a couple of fast laps, let him cool off, and then pump another cycle through. And he's going to have to do that and do it effectively. He's already gained a second in the first 2 sectors since he left the pits, though.
Hey, Deer Hunter, I got to run outside. Somebody just got in an accident right in front of my house. Take over the stream.
Good for. Whippy got a really good shot on Funky here coming out of this final corner. He's got a really good run here, DRS and DRS. He'll easily get around the racing point driver into turn 1. Funky, though, coming back out here, he's going to have DRS. But I think Whippy's just going to scoot on board. Yep, Funky's got low ERS engaged. So Whippy, move him up into P6, effectively P5. Adam is yet to pit. And Tom has already closed the gap from 11.5 to 8.5 seconds in 1 lap. He is a man on a charge. Whippy now has his eyes set on Adam here. Adam able to pull away a loop on the edge of that corner, but Whippy will have DRS here in a moment. Gap from Matt to Tom now 7.5 seconds. Whippy all over the gearbox of Adam. Tom sets the fastest lap of the race. Whippy gonna have a really good shot down the front straightaway. Adam lets him by. Whippy now into P5. Gap from Matt to Tom now 6.5 seconds. Adam trying to have a fight back at Whippy. Won't be able to do nothing of it. Oh, he looks around the outside, but couldn't get anything. Whippy now has his eyes set on Raccoon. Gap is just a little over 2 seconds. Gap now 6 seconds between Mav and Tom. Tom, he can pump out another good lap or two here, but then he's going to have to let the tires cool off for a bit so he doesn't abuse them too much. Adam gets another penalty. That's going to be something that's going to cost these drivers, is they're going to have to worry about the penalty situation. This is one of those tracks that's very easy to just sneakily get a corner cutting penalty here or there. Gap from P1 to P now is just over 5 seconds. Tom is only gaining by about a second a lap now. Whitby trying to get into the DRS. He will very shortly, though, I do believe. And then he'll try to set his sights on Redeemer. I say Tom's only gaining by about a second lap now. The gap is less than 4.5 seconds now. I think he might have one more penalty than Mav. So even if he does catch him, he'll have to get a 3-second gap. Raccoon picks up a penalty. Here comes Whitby. He has DRS. He's in overtake. Will he go for a move around the outside? They make contact. Whitby up in the pit 4. Move him up a position. Now it's a 7-second gap from him to P3. Tom still pushing the gap from him to first. 3.5 seconds. He has up 7 seconds in just 4 laps. About 1.75 seconds a lap has been gaining on the leader. But you know them tires are going to start running here very shortly. Start plateauing off. At now 2.5 seconds from him to the lead. I'm him now. I know I'm quicker. Sort of let the tires cool off for a second. I think even if he lets the tires cool off for a couple laps, he'll still be gaining just by not as much. Gap just over 2 seconds now. He gained so much in that first sector. First and middle sector. Getting really close to DRS range now. He might be able to have a crack at it this next lap. Gap is 1.5 seconds. See if in fact he can close the gap within DRS range. He'll need an almighty sector 3 though. Might have to wait a lap. Gap is 1.5, not quite enough, but he still gained over a second that lap. Sure, we would get this lap. He gained so much in that first sector. Gap is just over a second. He can see him. There he is. He's under a second. If I'm him, I want to get around it as quickly as possible because I'm not sure about that 3-second penalty or whether or not. I'm sure he doesn't know if Mav has one or not, so he wants to be able to get a 3-second gap after he passes him. He's going to get DRS here. He does. They can get through sector 3 nice and tough. He'll have a good run on the front straightaway to make it happen. Maverick has led a good portion of this race. He's not going to want to give it up. He's out of the top of the corner. Tom gets a really good assist. He got DRS. You know, not slipstream. Mav is going to defend. Can Tom do it? Around the outside into turn number 1. Not quite. Can he get a good enough exit here? He gets a really good exit. DRS. Slipstream. Into 3 possibly. Not yet. Needs to hurry and get the move done before the tires start wearing out. Let's really start wearing out in the next lap or 2. And fighting doesn't help. Skipper picks up another penalty. Doesn't do much. Oh, Tom about runs into the back of Mav. See how good when he gets to 11 and 12. Practice his fastest lap of the race. He doesn't get a great exit. Oh, he does get a good exit now. As he's going through the gears. Around the outside. Side by side. Mav doesn't give. Tom successful around the outside. He's got it. He's into the lead.
What'd I miss?
Now he has to build the 3-second gap. Tom is the new leader at Australia.
Oh, Tom ran him down, huh?
He did it around the outside, entering the right-hander at the beginning of sector 3. Now, he has to build a 2.5-second gap, or sorry, a 3-second gap to make sure...
Maverick just got a penalty. He doesn't need a gap.
It's a straight-up fight.
I think SF1 Tom's going to get him, though, because he's on the newer softs. Those softs are going to be dying in about a lap and a half. But Maverick, I don't think is going to have the pace left in those mediums to try to run him down. Let's check on the ERS situation. They both have basically the same amount of ERS, so nobody really has a clear advantage right now.
And notice, look who's right behind Mav. It's his teammate Skeppy, but he's trying to interfere with his battle and sort of mess with Tom. Maverick does not want to give this up, and you're absolutely right. Tom has gone 8 laps on those softs. The tires will be just about toast in about a lap, so he needs to try to push and use all he can and try to get out of DRS range. But Mav is not going to want to give it up.
Yeah, right now Maverick's going to have a chance for DRS assistance down the straightaway, which will help pull him back up to the bumper of SF1 Tom.
Look at his teammate. Skeppy, who's a lap down, is trying to get around him.
Skeppy's going to try to make his way back in front of Maverick to try to hold. He might try to hold him up. He might try to hold up SF1 Tom to try to help Maverick.
Well, he won't be able to. Oh, Maverick about ran into the back of Tom. But Skeppy won't be able to really hold him up. All he'll be able to do is distract him. It's because Skeppy.
Just being distracting, is enough though. And Skeppy's on brand new soft, so he is going to get in front of Tom and then just sit there in front of him and just become a ghostly distraction in his face.
Yeah,
there goes Skeppy. Really he's just edged out Tom. He's now in front of him. Skeppy needs to just sit there and affect him.
Well, I don't understand the logic of a Skeppy here. If I'm a back marker, I'm not going to interfere with the guys' battle. These guys have been fighting it out, dogfight the past 2 laps. He might take a little bit of heat after this race because
I disagree. If you're the very last car on the grid right now, you're the last car in the race, you're in last position, there's no way you can catch the guy in front of you. What do? You help your teammate in any way you can. In this case, Skeppy is running out in front of our current leader, just staying in front of him, just close enough that it will affect SF1 Tom. It will affect his car in the way he handles. It'll affect it in every turn that he turns into. He won't have as much turn in. The only downfall is him being out in front of SF1 Tom gives SF1 Tom DRS. So now Maverick's option that he had to get DRS and run him down is no longer there. So now it's a dead heat race between the two of them.
True. And Steppy is starting to pull away a little bit from Tom, but you're right, that DRS is absolutely helping him. Maverick is falling 9/10 back. He might be out of DRS lane too soon, as there's only a lap and a half left in this race. As Whippy is fighting with him for the podium spot.
Skeppy may need to try to fall back behind SF1 Tom, so that way SF1 Tom cannot get any DRS, and he can give it to Maverick.
He's giving DRS to Maverick. Oh! Maverick just wrecked!
Maverick spun! Oh, fighting so hard. Let's look back here at Whiffy Winner. He's caught up to Redeemer. He's got a lap and a half to get by him. Redeemer's on some really old hards. Whiffy's on 11 lap old mediums. They're still pacing those. Come on, Whiffy.
Well, these guys don't catch Mav because Mav has wing damage. He has massive wing damage.
But Mav's not going to lose 10 seconds a lap. I can't see it happen. He's got a little bit of left front wing damage. Yeah, he's missing basically all of his left front wing. But screw it, who cares? It's the last lap of the race.
Oh, he just ran off into turn 1. He ran off the track.
He's still got 10 seconds.
They're side by side, Whitney into P3.
Good last lap pass. It's going to come down to the wire. Redeemer goes to the outside. There's contact. Redeemer goes around on the exit of turn 3. Whiffy Winner comes away with the position. Whiffy has just secured himself a podium as long as he doesn't make a mistake, and he could get second if he wants.
So could Redeemer.
Maverick having a dismal lap right now due to that left front wing. I didn't think it would affect him that much, but that left front wing being all jacked up, he's super off the pace. Whiffy Winner now all over him. I think Maverick's just going to let him go. Oh, no, he's not. He's fighting back on the outside. They're going to go in. Oh, no, Maverick backed out of it.
Tom is coming on the final corner. He has made the alt strategy work. He's going to come in with P10 on the grid to P1. He wins the season opener for BRL Tier 2.
Well, we got a fight on our hands. We got a fight on our hands right now. Maverick's trying to hold off Redeemer. He's doing everything he can, making some really cheeky moves. He's going to hold it. He's going to hold him off. One more turn to go. Turn 16. Can Maverick get a decent drive on the exit? No, he goes wide. Redeemer's going to get him. Maverick, after all that hard work, is going to come home P4. Still a solid result, but not what we thought would happen.
Redeemer had 50 penalties.
Oh, my goodness. So Redeemer loses out. Maverick still gets a podium. My goodness, what a race. We lost so many drivers that race. We lost almost half the field. Crazy.
My goodness.
Crazy. Maverick, who would you put down as your driver of the day?
Maverick.
Sorry, Deer Hunter. Who would you put down as your driver?
I've got to give it to Tom. What about that drive? He was able to come home. He was minding his P's and Q's and making all strategy work. We told everybody what they had to do at the beginning of the race to make it work, and he did precisely that. He was able to overcome the penalty and fight Mav cleanly and get the win. What a job by him.
Yeah, good on him. Good to see a Ferrari up on top of the podium. And also at Toro Rosso coming home in second with a Renault in third. It's not exactly how I expected it to be. I expected it to be close between SF1 Tom. I didn't think that they'd wreck there at the end. That's unfortunate that Maverick had the issue and went around. A lot of penalties, too, came into play. Redeemer crossed the line in a podium position, but he had too many penalties, which ended up dropping him behind Maverick.
Oh, that's heartbreaking because you know Redeemer wanted to get that podium. But what about Whiffy, too? He did the two-stop strategy and still ended up P2.
Well, see, the two-stop strategy worked for him for one reason and one reason only. The guys at the front were having a big squabble, which slowed him down, and then there was some contact, and there was some spin. There were some cars that had spun. There were a lot of things that came into play for him to win today. or to come in P2, and there's also a lot of things that came into play for SF1 Tom to win. There were a lot of things that went his way, drivers having issues. You know, every driver that wrecks out in front of you is just one less car that you have to deal with. You know, so he was able to make his way to the front a lot easier than what it would have been if we'd have had all 15 cars. So let's see if we can get our guys in here for a podium interview.
Let's get him in here. Also, when Adam was able to come home P6, he started shotgun on the field, able to get home P6. That's a good job for him.
It would seem Maverick has left the session, so we'll have to go to my friends list to find Maverick. Come here, Maverick. Where are you?
Getting with in here. Make sure, Tom and Liffy, to check mark that box at the top of your screen so your audio is included.
Hello, I am here. I am here. What a race, man!
I think Maverick might be a little salty. He's not even showing online anymore.
Ooh, need some caramel for that saltiness.
He did take a spill, I guess, in the last couple laps, because I got him right at the end. It was...
He did.
Yeah.
His teammate was ghosting around us a bit, and right on, I think, the second to last lap, he just lost it. And I was like, oh man, that's tough.
It's racing though, you know, we all went at it hard. That was a good, like, there was a little mess up there. Like, I don't know if you guys caught it on stream, but like, I think I need to apologize to Skeppy. I don't know, like, did I cause that with him, or was I past him by that point? I'm not sure.
Well, when Skeppy lost it in turn 16, there was a car that was just to his outside, and it looked like it was more or less a racing incident from our point of view on the stream, because it looked like there was a little bit of contact, but it wasn't like one car deliberately contacting the other, and then he just kind of lost it on exit. So.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, like, I didn't, like, straight out take him out, because I know we went wheel to wheel for, like, 2 corners, and I'm like, fuck, man, this is getting rough. And then he had a kind of a slip moment, but we were still kind of side by side, and I just wasn't sure if I was, like, if we banged together, and that's what, like, sent him off, or if it was just kind of, like, a mistake. Yeah. So, either way.
Well, what I want to do right now is I want to interview the man of the hour, SF1 Tom, the guy that started in 10th, ran the alternate strategy, which is something that Darren Hunter and I were talking about. We were talking about guys wanting to run that strategy because we've seen it work multiple times over the past seasons at this track. And we were really, really hoping that as soon as we saw SF1 Tom starting on the alternate strategy that he'd be able to march his way up to the front. And you did that. You were able to make it all the way up to P8 on the first lap, and then turn 13 had an issue with another car, almost went off track, fell all the way back to P13, and then calamity happened in turn 16. You were able to make it all the way back up to P8 again before we even crossed the start-finish line. So how talk us through that race, because the first few laps were really, really crazy, and then it seemed like after that it was just you settling in and really commanding your own race and bringing your way to the front.
Well, you just summed up the first few laps as it was, and honestly, the rest of the race was just keep it tight. When I noticed Maverick was only about 5-7 seconds away from him after my pit stop, I knew I'd be able to get in. And he was defending hard, giving all the credit there. Once we went past, I knew I had a 3-second time penalty. He was clean, so I knew I had to get that gap away. And unfortunately, he obviously lost it. He still got third. So big congratulations to Maverick there. But yeah, it was just a control race really with tires, because this track is unforgiving on tire.
Yep, agreed, but good on you, bud. You had a great race today. P10 to P1, you got driver of the day from Deer Hunter and I. There was nobody else we could have given it to. Again, P10 to P1 on the alternate strategy. Great race, man. Congratulations on your first win this season, and hope to see a lot more great things from you in the races to come.
I believe also, I think.
Yeah. And the guy that we thought was going to win this race just joined the party. Thank you, Maverick, for joining us. We'll get to you in just a minute. But Whiffy, man, what happened?
Yo.
You seemed like you were doing so good. Then there was a little mistake there, and I was like, I don't think he's going to be able to come back from that. And then there you were at the end. Talk us through it.
qualified third. I was kind of amazed actually at third. I was not expecting that, but it is what it is. And moved on, and then I was kind of staying with Maverick at the start in the little front group, and I'm like, okay, as long as I can stay in the DRS swing, I'll just wait the tires out, which went away a lot quicker than I thought. But I just started to baby him, and when I did that, I kind of made that mistake. I dropped back a few spots, and was just kind of like, hey, just I can get a podium, just get a podium. And then I went to the pits, and I planned to go deep with softs and then mediums, but for some reason the game had me on a two-stop. So when I came out of the pits, I didn't realize I was on softs, so I had to do a two-stop, which was really cool and a bunch of fun. Then I had to, just climb my way back on mediums, which thankfully the hards were actually kind of falling away at the end for a lot of guys. So I made my way back out of the pits, I think in 7th or 8th, and then minus Maverick's mistake, I was still on the podium. So I was just happy I got back to where I started.
Yeah, we saw when you went in. You went in, I think, somewhere around lap 7
Lap
to
10.
9. It was lap 10, what? Okay.
Lap 10.
That was like the perfect point to jump on a set of mediums, and I was watching you, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, there's got to be some sort of a glitch. It's showing him on softs. There's no way he jumped on softs again. And then after like a lap, I watched it again. I was like, he's actually on the softs. Why did he two-stop? So it's a good explanation. I've had that happen before where I'm not paying attention, and it puts me on a two-stop, and I screw myself.
Exactly. Exactly. It was a comeback. I'm happy I made the podium still. Good start to the year.
Oh yeah, bud. We're really, really glad to have you here in Tier 2. Really appreciate your racecraft. It was really fun to watch you drive today.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much for being here. Can't wait to see what you have in store for us for the rest of the season. Deer Hunter, any questions?
Not really. Just let's get through to third place, but excellent job to you, Iffy. It was really fun to see you make that two-stop, and having to pass a lot of people was really fun. Final couple laps there.
Hey, it was. Hopefully it was good on the stream. I'm gonna watch it back.
Well, not gonna lie to you, the stream kind of took a dump around lap 20, or it was somewhere between lap 17 and 20. Some dude high on meth decided he was going to rear end somebody right in front of my house at like 40 miles an hour. So I heard it and went running outside. So it was just Deer Hunter for a little bit. So the stream just got stuck on one car for like 10 minutes.
Oh. No, this is all like after lap 20, so I should be good. Anyway.
All right, well, right on. Appreciate you guys. We're going to get down to our pole sitter and third place finisher. It looked, man, like you were on par to go just straight Lewis Hamilton this race. Go pole to finish first place. And then, we saw SF1 Tom go in and get his sauce. We figured that he would probably catch you, but it would be a big battle. And then we saw Skeppy kind of get involved. We were kind of thinking, okay, maybe him and Maverick have some sort of an idea that they got going on right now. Talk us through those last few laps and what happened. Yeah, we didn't know if it was like a planned thing or not. And we've lost Maverick. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Good on you, Maverick, finishing P3. Could have been a little better, could have been worse. But at least you got P3. So we're going to go ahead and close it off there. Thank you so much, everybody that was watching today. We'd love to have more of you and more of you and more of you. Tune in every week, hearing about, let's see, what time is it? It is 30 minutes away. My phone's being retarded. I can't even see the time. So here in about 30 minutes, we're going to see Tier 1 take the track. We've got some of the fastest drivers in the world at the top of the leaderboard in the BRL Tier 1. So make sure that you tune in here in 30 minutes to watch some of the fastest guys in the world do their work around Australia. Should be really fun. Deer Hunter and I will also be there taking part in the Red Bull team. So we hope to see all of you in about 30 minutes. And be sure to tune in every Sunday night to watch BRL Tier 2. Oh, I'm so backwards. It's Saturday night.
And sure to check out